Now we've completed the exercise of just some fundamental string manipulation in terms of joining, splitting, and picking with direction, etc. We'll now go on and use an example of where we might actually need to create some boxing underneath an existing road or a proposed road. So if I come up under File I/O, Data Input, I'm going to read in another 12D ASCII file. This one is actually called road volume.12da. So if I select that file, read, again another plan view will get created and all the data is actually loaded onto that view automatically. Some of the models I'm going to turn off automatically now will be the existing surface. We need that so we can calculate volumes later on. I'll turn that one off, and also the lot boundaries of where those lots are. So I'm just going to hold the Control key down, select those two models and turn them off, and you can see now that's our road that's been designed. We're trying to find some volumes for some subgrade. So we're going to use those same techniques that we used just previously, just translating and manipulating some strings down, and we're going to then be able to calculate some volumes for some subgrade. So starting off, I need to actually cut some cross sections every 10 meters or so down the various roads. So I'm going to come in under the main menu, Design, Cross Sections, and Cross Sections from Cuts Through Strings. Now this one allows me to cut multiple strings, and by far the easiest is the view. So I'm currently working in view number 7, so that's the view I will select. I'm going to cut cross sections every 10 meters, left and right of the center line, and I'm going to put these into a model called Road 1 Cuts. The color I'm going to select is blue, and the center line I'm going to base these cuts off is going to be road number 1 here, which runs from west to east. Now I'm going to make sure that I select the alignment string itself and base the cross sections off the alignment string. If I go cut and add the model on, then that new model is actually being created. So I'm just going to come up here, hover over the plus button, hit the capital letter R, and that will just turn on the model for that roads 1 cuts. Going to do a very similar thing to the other road, so I just need to select road number 2 or the center line. Make sure again I'm getting the alignment string, and I'm going to put these into a separate model into road 2 cuts. So they're the only things that I need to change. It's going to select everything on view number 7 and cut them every 10 meters along that road. So if I go cut and again turn on the model, there's the cuts down the other street as well, down road number 2. Now I've created those, I'm just going to triangulate my design together so that I have the design surface. So I'm going to come under Tins, Create, triangulate my data. Now I'm just going to call this tin road design. So just come in here, road design, type that in, hit enter, so that it fills out the model name, and I'm actually going to take that and place it up as a function as well if I need to recalculate it later. Just going to change the color, make it dark red, and select the data that I currently have on the view. Again, that's view number 7, and that will populate the list of models for me automatically. The nulling value I can actually bring down to quite a small interval. I'm going to try 5 meters and triangulate there. If I turn on the tin, again coming across to the plus button and just hitting the lowercase t gives me a list of all the tins currently in the project, and there's my road design I wish to turn on there, and that's the road design you can see there. If you want to see them as contours automatically, if you just hit F11 on the keyboard, it brings up the option the same as you can under the next to the plus button here if you go under the settings for the tin and select the contours. So it's just a bit of a shortcut, F11, a shortcut to getting to the contours and changing them into contours. So I am going to make them into contours, and I might have a look at that at every 0.1 of a meter and set that. So that's what the road would look like if it was to be contoured up. So that's my design surface at the moment. I'm now going to go on and create the subgrade model.